Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. This is your Gen X Gamer here, and I wanted to talk about the economy around DSP. You know, when I reflect on, for example, Tommy Tallarico and what went on while he was around, it was great for content. And everybody, especially the detractors, would be wanting to run out of town. But what happened after he left? We ran out of content. We really did. There's, we have to go back to the lore. We have to go back to the, whatever happened in the past. But for DSP, he's still around, and he's been around for over a decade now, right? And we have all these detractors. Some of the detractors have came and went. And he's still here, providing great content from his detractors, not from him, from his detractors. I listened to so many podcasts, so many channels, Memology 101, Golden Triangle Gaming. That being said, Detractor Beam, Snort Hogan, Duty Streams. I mean, so many creators, and you guys can add more in the bottom, right? And I can't even remember all of them. James Lesser. I mean, all kinds of people making content based on DSP. And great content, better than what he makes. But there wouldn't be any of that content if he didn't open his mouth, if he wasn't there constantly begging and streaming, right? And doing what he does, him being DSP, that wouldn't be around. And I'm telling you, I listen to a lot of this stuff. A lot of the stuff that I listen to is detractor content from DSP in the background or something, just so I can have a laugh, a chuckle. But there's more than that. There's actual production in this. Let me tell you, from the Detractor Beam to That Being Said, there are some tracks that are fire in there, right? And he does really generate ideas for content for a lot of people. Look at Side Scrollers. Side Scrollers was going down a dark path. Not that Craig wouldn't have turned it around, and made a business, with his podcast, but that interview with DSP certainly got him out of the hole that he was in, having interviewed Tommy Tallarico and not being, critical of him. He was going down a dark path there, but all of a sudden, he gained everybody's respect back, including myself, right? When he righted the ship by doing that DSP interview and listening to a lot of the detractors and listening to the feedback we had on where to turn for, this type of interview on DSP, and he really put himself on the map. He really did. It not that his podcast wouldn't have been successful, but I think having that interview certainly didn't hurt. It helped a lot. And it's that way for many channels that get inspired to make content on DSP and the crap that he says. And he's just such an unlikable human being, right? He's done so many awful things, so many terrible things, on his channel to people that he knows, right? And it's this never-ending saga. And a lot of the detractors, really make amazing content, better content that I would have thought of could be created based on this individual, right? Which is the lowest common denominator when it comes to being a YouTuber. But there it is. Do they really want him gone? Do we really want him gone as fans of these channels? As fan of the detractor channels, do we really want DSP gone? Because if he's gone and he goes, then that's it. The show's over. There's no more inspiration to make any of this content. There's no more new ideas. There's no more new sagas. Because with DSP, it doesn't stop. It's never ending. He's going to keep on doing what he does. He's going to keep on asking for things. He's going to be having these opinions that are horrible. He's going to be asking for games and doing sneak bags and everything else that he does that makes Darkseid DSP, right? It's not only the incident. It's everything else that goes around it. But he's still making, right? He's still making about $100,000 a year. So why the hell would he quit? Now, it is my suspicion, right, that some of these detractors are helping, this fund in some way, because you have to use his videos, right? You have to watch his videos. You have to record it, and people, whether you like to or not, go into his videos, go into his archives, which are decades old, in order to watch sometimes the original context or maybe learn a little bit more. I mean, there's people still watching Panda Lee videos, right? Which is one of the biggest downgrades, going from Panda Lee to to his wife now is considered one of the biggest downgrades in history, right? But that is part of the show. That is part of what's included in these shows, and why I find them so enjoyable, right? Because I don't watch his shows really. I'm subscribed to him to sometimes get context. Did he really say that? Are these guys just clipping this stuff out of context? No, he really does say and believe this shit. He is that terrible, right? But because of his toxicity, because of his lack of basic human decency, because of the way he treats his dents, whatever you want, his supporters, because of all that creates the universe of DSP. And behind DSP is this great economy of content that actually generates more views than DSP does, that generates more creative content, that generates all this entertainment for us. I mean, I have listened to detractor content, at work for so many years, so many hours. I don't want it to stop. Well, guys, those are my thoughts. I don't want the golden goose to stop laying eggs, right? I really don't. I think that if he leaves, there's going to be a big hole in the landscape of entertainment, detractor entertainment specifically, and I don't think we're going to find another DSP, with that level. I mean, there is a Cyrex out there. There's other people, right? There's other insanity out there. But I think that this has been going on for so long, we'd be hard pressed to find something else equal to it in any meaningful way. So I want this train to keep on going. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this kind of content, if you like to reflect on YouTube, video games, and all that kind of stuff, stop by. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care. I'll catch you on the next one.